At that time, Jesus said to his disciples, "You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is good for nothing any more, but to be cast out and to be trodden on by men. You are the light of the world. A city seated on a mountain cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but upon a candlestick, that is, that it may shine to all that are in the house. So let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven. Do not think that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For, amen, I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one title little shall not pass of the law, till all be fulfilled. He therefore that shall break one of these least commandments, and shall do so teach men, shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But he that shall do and teach, he shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. You are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. My dear brethren in Jesus Christ, let us contemplate these words of our Lord regarding to our call. We are not called for an ordinary means or end. We are called to be extraordinary means to effect extraordinary end in this world. This seminary is not an ordinary seminary. It is the perfect seminary where Our Lady has called in a special way that you may become her apostles of the latter times. Therefore, we must inculcate in us that we have come to accept the call of Our Lady to be real salts of the earth. And if we ourselves do not have the quality of the salt, we become not only useless, but also scandalous. Each and every one who comes to this seminary must come with a great dream of being a good example for all those who look at us. We must know that people look at us in a special way. And by their look they can find out whether we are sincere or not, whether we are really holy or not. Not only that, they expect from us a very high standard of sainthood, not only in our acquiring knowledge about divine things, but also acquiring great sanctity of personal life. both our body and soul, must shine with the brightness of sanctity. Today we celebrate the feast of a great saint, Saint Cyril. He became very great saint because he had an attachment towards the Blessed Virgin Mary. It's that attachment which gave him grace and knowledge to know and to teach to others about the divine mysteries of Our Lady. Our Lady was called divine because of him. Theologically, he proved that Our Lady is divine. Because maternity is a divine maternity. It's that which made Pope Celestine to win over the heretics who followed Nestorius in the 4th century. And it is because of Saint Cyril that the Council of Ephesus was convoked. It is he who gave the Pope the assurance of proving Our Lady's divinity against the heresy of Nestorius. Yes. Nestorius was a great bishop, archbishop, or patriarch in the Catholic Church. Lucifer goes to great people to induce them into heresies. This is the highest of heresies which ever was propagated in the world. That Our Lady was only a human being, and therefore she could give birth only to a human being. Therefore Christ who was born of her was only human, not divine. And this heresy was not understood by most of the priests and bishops and people. They all accepted it as if something very reasonable. That is the way Lucifer always dupes people, gives reasons to accept heresies. But the theology which was taught by Saint Cyril was very great. He analyzed the divinity and humanity of Jesus Christ, who was born of the Blessed Virgin Mary. The second person of the Holy Trinity is God. And God is one, not three. The one God, who is Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And when Our Lady gave birth to Jesus, she gave birth to God. That's how he proved against the heresy, the doctrine of Theotokos. Theotokos means one who bears or brings forth or gives birth to God. One who gives birth to God. Therefore she is God parent. Parents, Dei para. One who gives birth not only to a human child, but God himself. And he could prove it clearly, theologically, so that all may accept. And thus the heresy was overruled. And the heretic, he was given time to correct himself, to ask pardon, but he did not. He claimed himself to be a great theologian. even a greater theologian than Saint Cyril. He never accepted the truths when explained, and he remained stubborn. Therefore, he was condemned by Pope Celestine. The work of the Pope, which Saint Cyril did, on behalf of the Pope, he went with all authority of the Pope to convoke the Council of Ephesus and discuss really theologically, and he won over the battle. So we are celebrating every day, every year, on his feast, the commemoration of the divine maternity of the Blessed Virgin Mary. There are many things still have to be explained. Of course, this is revealed truth already, but revealed truths are not so far very well explained. Still, there are theologians to be expected to bring forth even clearly the divinity of the Blessed Virgin Mary. It's not yet given enough. Maybe one of you or some of you can become the future theologians to bring to light all those hidden mysteries of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Yes, already there are some theologians who attempted. Saint Louis de Montfort, Maximilian Kolbe, they have already gone through this thought of Our Lady's mysteries. And Louis de Montfort says, God is hidden in the Blessed Virgin Mary. God has been hidden in the world of the Blessed Virgin Mary. So just think, what is the height of Our Lady's position in the order of Trinity, in the hypostatic order? Of course, we are not allowed to say that the Blessed Virgin Mary is God, but we are well admitted to say that the Blessed Virgin Mary is the Mother of the Father, God the Father, Mother of the Creator. In the litany we say, Mother of the Creator, help us. What a height and what a mystery hidden in this, that she is the Mother of the Creator. Of course, for all the three persons, she is their mother. In relation to Holy Ghost, she is the spouse. In relation to God the Father, we call her daughter of God the Father. But all the same, we also invoke her as Mother of the Creator. Who is greater, the mother or the child? So there is a lot of mystery we have to bring forth, both Our Lady. If only you enter into that mystery, oh yes, you can find so many other ways to explain the real height, the divinity of the Blessed Virgin Mary. First attempt was made by Saint Cyril, Saint Alphonsus Liguori, Saint John Damascene, Saint Bernard, and Saint Louis de Montfort, and Maximilian Kolbe, the last of all the Marian theologians. Now, I would expect from among you real great Marian theologians to bring forth, bring to light the mysteries of the Blessed Virgin Mary. There are a lot of secrets hidden in her. And also together with Saint Isidore of Isolanis, he has said very clearly that when the mysteries of Saint Joseph is being revealed to the world. The sound of the trumpet or the triumph will sound. That means still theologians are expected to go into the truth of St. Joseph also, in the order of hypostatic order and Trinity. How he is very much united with God the Father. We do not know yet. No theologians attempted to explain it. But in future they will come. And they also must be among you. You should not be ordinary priests. You should be great theologians and great saints. For that, let us pray to Our Lady and ask the intercession of Saint Cyril.